All right, amazing. Let me get these links out, and then we can dive straight into it. Welcome. Welcome for those that are just joining. Let me get these links out to the group, and then we can dive straight into it. We're going to hit the ground running here. Okay. Um, 23 minutes out from New York Open. And we're already getting a little bit of price action. Jolt status to come out shortly. EU CPIs come out relatively unchanged. Okay, so let's see what we can get. Okay, beautiful, 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 beautiful. But yeah, those are just joining. Welcome, welcome, Shark. Right, so I'll go through a little bit of quick TA. We're getting a bit of price action again, as mentioned. We will be hitting the ground running here. We're looking at prices coming down towards this area here where we had it mapped out, right? So this area here between 27,250, 26,750 roughly, right? Come down, tap it. We've still got a little bit of room for things to actually come down and breach through that level. Okay, squeeze some longs out of here. There's going to be a decent amount of people taking some long positions for a rebound here. So we got a good chance of squeezing them out, pushing towards this 100 moving average on the daily. And I mean, if those liquidations really start to come in, we can even push towards this next area here where we've got nice weekly structure, right? So top here broke out, retested. So it wouldn't be out of the blue if we do come down and tap. Wick on the bottom and start pushing back up. Now, obviously, we get that interest rate decision tomorrow. So maybe a short, okay, and then start to rebound, and then the optimism coming back in, and start pushing prices a little bit higher ahead of that interest rate decision tomorrow. Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising. Okay, so that was your daily, your 4 hour. I mean, there's not much structure. There's a little bit of structure here with those moving averages there. Now this move here that we played and we got that short, and then we took another short here. It's a very nice play. We had one top, two top. Okay, period of kind of consolidation here, and we breached straight back up, and we tapped that area. Okay, one test, two test, and the third test, and then that kind of that sparked that sell side interest, pushing things much lower. Okay, so yeah, I mean, as things stand here, I mean, you can even see it from here. Your sellers are much stronger than your buyers currently, so this would be a really nice level to come down and test this kind of 27k area. So we're going to play that. We're going to chase it all the way down. Hourly time frame, okay. We had this kind of area here of resistance. We very briefly breached it, okay, and we pushed to this next area. Okay, as you can see here, this structure here. Okay, we've got a little bit more structure at the top there, right around that 50. But yeah, so we breached slightly above it. Now we're actually pulling back. So let's take a nice short position here. As you can see, we breached, tap for liquidity at this top here, and now we're making that move down. Okay, so let's see what we've got on the 1 minute, if we got any. Okay, we've broken through structure here on the lower time frame as well, so get rid of this. Yeah. I'm gonna set it just above that structure. I mean, I am on the lower time frame. Okay. We're gonna chase it all the way down to 27,200. Okay. That's where we're gonna go for. Some nice price action, nice risk reward, as you can see. On the bottom end, okay, so the areas that we need to look for breakouts. Okay, we got a natural trend line forming here. Okay, and then we got a little bit. It's not massive, but we got a little bit of structure just there. Okay, so that's gonna act as our support just there. Okay, so once we break, we come here, build up on some structure, retest that trend line potentially. So we come down, break, retest, push up here, and then we come right back down. We got this area here, right? That's your low that we need to break through. Once we break through that, then should be free reigns towards this area here. Now we caught a nice short last night, right? We've been catching a few nice shorts on Bitcoin. Those are in the group. Obviously, you see those results coming in. But yeah, nice short on the top over here, and then we played it down to here again. Just building on some kind of bottom. It wasn't really strengthening, so we took our profit, came back in. Came back in this morning, so let's see how things kind of play out here. I'm gonna add some margin to my Bitcoin trade here, okay, on this breakout. But yeah, things are looking good, looking very nice. Now we've got another position up, and this is looking very nice as well. Nice structure. Okay, trend line, got a little bit of a trap zone with that wick coming into play here. Okay, so we just extend that out a little bit, but look how perfectly we came and tested this area. Okay, we got one test, and then we got a second test just here. Okay, so nice push down, see what we can get. Area of stronger support is all the way down here. I'll show you on the higher time frame. I'll get this off. So I mean, if we breach through here, we got structure just down here, so around that 0.88 mark, not too bad. Got a little bit more structure here. I'll get that TA back up on there for you to see. So yeah, hopefully we can make that breach. Okay, this is the lowest point, 0.919. Okay, once we break through here, should be pretty free sailing down to about 0.86. Then we got a little bit of previous structure over here as well. Your much stronger supports all the way down to 0.75. Okay, I don't think this is going to happen today, but could potentially get it tomorrow depending on that interest rate decision. 0.25 will send things spiraling down. So you got a decent move. If you want to keep enter now, keep on hold for tomorrow's decision. Things are looking bearish, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do at least make that move, at least down here. Okay, again, we do need to see Bitcoin make that move as well. That breakout all the way down to about 27 would be nice. And set up for that interest rate decision tomorrow. Lots and lots of data this week. As mentioned, we've already got the EU CPI come out. Again, relatively unchanged. It did go down by ever so slightly. Okay, it's still very high. I think that's the stance that we're going to take on it. That is still high. It's not really coming down. It's looking like it's very sticky at the moment. So, yeah, it's not good news for the markets, right? Got JOLTS data coming out any second now. Let me just have a double check. Yeah, JOLTS data at 45 minutes. So let's see how things go. Nice little compression here, right? Look at this. Very nice compression. Very briefly breached. What happened here? Squeezed out some shorts, tapped for liquidity, and then we move straight back into structure. This is very bearish. Okay, it's going to be a very nice short on the cards today by the looks of it. So, see how things kind of develop here. Let's have a little look. Check Litecoin and Solana. Yeah, no problem. Let's have a little look. Yeah. I mean, Litecoin, its halving isn't too far away. I think it's just a couple of months away, 2-3 months. So, I mean, this one, if we break down, we actually see a decent rebound off any one of these levels here. Okay, let me just map out the market structure. Alright, so this is your stronger area of support. You got a much stronger area just down here as well. Here's your resistance. Okay, so you got nice 4-hour support just here, right? Look at that. All those wicks coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a nice rebound. Buyers look like they're picking up a little bit. I'll have a little look on the 1 hour. It's going to tell me a little bit more. 4-hour support, or your next 4-hour support here. Nice previous structure just here. So that's a very, very nice point to be looking at. For things to break through here, come down around about that level. Come move it a little bit higher. In terms of your resistance, your 4-hour resistance, got a little bit of structure here, a little bit of structure here. Let's see if we can import all of that in there. Beautiful. Okay, you can even see how it kind of came and tested here. So now you got a nice little range to play through here. Right, so here's your compression. Okay, so we either break down or we push up towards somewhere around that level. Okay. There's your 1-hour resistance. So your buyer's looking a little bit like they're pushing up. So we got 1, 2 tests. Does look like we're going to come down. We've got a nice little trend line here that we can play to, see if we can break. But yeah, it looks like resistance coming in. Wouldn't be a bad shout, actually, taking a nice little short here. Got a very, very nice risk reward ratio on this one. Literally just play it down. Literally just sets it just above. But yeah, play it down. It's holding on to that area of resistance. A nice, very nice trade to play to here. Yeah, things are looking good. I'll have a little look at Solana, and then I'll have a little look at ETH as well. Alright, so Solana. Nice trend line. You got your support. You got your resistance here. This is much stronger resistance. Okay, I'll start it from top to bottom. Makes more sense. Alright. Yeah. So this is, I mean, it's kind of similar structure to Bitcoin, really. You're at this very, very key point on your chart. Okay. Acting as resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. Coming, actually building up on bearish structure here, as you can see that nice trend line. Okay, got nice compression Very nice compression. So breakout is literally on the cards here. Nice breakout through here. Got your strongest support just here, right? So got 1-2 tests. Okay, this is all higher time frame levels. So these are all your strong levels of resistance and support. Let me get rid of that for now. Daily support, as you can see here, nice previous structure. I held it here as well. We can put that in there. Okay, let me just get it down a little bit. Few points of support here on that lower time frame. Let me go down to the 4 hour. Okay, we actually got this trending down on that daily. It's quite significant. Okay, so 4 hour support. So we got a little bit here, and then we got a little bit lower down. See how many points touched here. Okay, we can put that in as well. There you go. Yeah, this is looking pretty weak. Okay, especially with your buyers weakening here. Okay, so that's your hourly resistance. Okay, could get a similar situation as to Bitcoin where we just breach above this point here. We're kind of doing it now a little bit. Okay, so that's where your most ideal entry is, really. Push, tap, come right back down. Got a little bit of a compression here as well, and we start breaking through these levels. Here are your hourly support just there. Okay, so that's where you're looking at breaking. As we break through here, we come down towards these levels. But yeah, things are looking pretty good if we can hold. We want to hold these levels here. For you, baby. Just keep an eye on price action because we're going to get some movement. What else do we have? Okay, so oil's looking weak. I'll do a golden oil update in just a second. Alright, let me get everything off here for you. Start from top to bottom again. Okay. Look at that. Very key level as well. Here's your support. You got be able to see it a little bit better on that daily, that trend line. Very nice test, that resistance level. That's your next support. So as you can see here, I mean we're moving in that range, right? Top of the range, bottom of the range. Okay, likely to come down, test that trend line, test that 200 daily, lining up very nicely for a test of that level. And bear in mind, I mean, if those sellers start to come in hot, could very much get that break as well. Okay, so this is your 4 hour support here. Just around here, right? There's your support, there's your 4 hour resistance. Okay, so now you got a nice tighter range to play to top and bottom. Now, in terms of hourly resistance, we ideally want it to hold. I mean, we got very, very short-term resistance just here. We could breach and push towards this area. Okay, but that's your tighter range that we're looking for. Yeah. You got a little bit more support here as well. Yeah, there's a little bit of structure here as well as here. Might be worth just popping this in. So yeah, nice tight range. Seller's looking a little bit stronger here. We're holding on to that resistance. So as long as we hold on to these levels, okay, should come down to this area of support. Essentially, if we manage to breach through here nice and heavily, okay, 1700s on the cards. Where we got that previous structure here. Got lots and lots of structure around that level. So 1700 is kind of your stronger point of support. Where we could see a little bit of a rebound and then continuation down towards that 1560 sort of level where that trend line is as well. So let's see. We're going to get a breakout very soon, as mentioned. I mean, we got that nice test here. So we got test, 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 test. Okay, so that's a natural line of resistance. Where we breach just above, squeeze those shorts, tap for liquidity, and now coming down again, right? So again, that's where we will be taking that short position. We're playing it all the way down to 27.2. Right. No, I mean, if things start to stall just into that zone, then we'll cash out. It's a minor difference. So, yeah, let's see what we can get. But things are looking very, very nice. Remember, Jolt State is just around the corner now. 30 minutes. You see it too? Yeah, I mean, things aren't looking too great, right? So that test at the top, right? So that was the time to really push things up higher. This test here, it failed to do so. Look how we're bearishly structuring now. Okay, so, I mean, 27, the liquidations really start to come in. Bam, 26 is on the cards for sure. We didn't really get too much help from that EU CPI figure. Again, didn't come in shockingly larger or smaller. So relatively unchanged. Your Jolt State is going to move, hopefully. So Jolt State in 30 minutes. So let's see how things going to play out. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of opportunities here to capitalize on. This is going to be the trade of the day. So let's see what we can get. Alright, there's your opening bell.
brought to you by Interactive Brokers. Take the smarter way to manage your money. Unlock your financial potential with IBKR's all-in-one account solution. Visit ibkr.com/money.
Paul Sweeney and Tom Keene. And right now, a really important question for all of you of Global Wall Street, and particularly those of you, we make jokes about Jen Tucker and the 201k. There's been a recovery in the SPX, but a lot of people have stepped away. Jack Ablin is not. He's with Crescent Capital with terrific and concise work at Boston University over the work in finance. Professor Ablin, I love calling Jack that.
Yes.
It just seems so, perfect as well. Jack Ablin, you have a single phrase in your beautiful note, which I've been screaming about, which is with the reaffirmation of a normal interest rate regime. Sometimes when things are restructured, you need, quote, this is Ablin-esque,
Yep.
an equity infusion. And what to me really changed, Jack, is all of a sudden everybody has to put up cash for a redo. The world's changed, hasn't it?
It sure has, and it's not so much the change, the rate itself. It's really the magnitude of that change. You go back and look at all the Fed rate hikes. You got to go back to 1980 to find a period where rates went so high so fast. And the economy, as you know, economy and markets are like a battleship. They just can't pivot that quickly. And of course, we know now what some of the blowback was.
And we got so used to transactions where almost like a zero coupon page, you could affect it without putting up cash or without putting, in your case, in your language, equity. And all of a sudden, like in commercial real estate, Jack, on a restructure, somebody's got to pony up new money to get the thing done. How does that outcome, how do you see commercial real estate reacting to the fact is you need an equity infusion or cash to get the new transaction done?
Yeah, so if you look at what the commercial banks are doing, obviously pulling back on their loan balances, I was surprised to see that small and regional banks reduced their commercial loan book by $30 billion during the course of March in response to the deposit outflows. And so what that really means is as they have fewer funds to lend and tighter credit, they're going to require obviously tighter conditions, and that translates to a lower loan to value. Well, if you really just purchased a property or built a property in the last year or two, and you don't have that opportunity for appreciation, if your loan comes too quickly, you are going to have to pony up some equity to get that loan to value at the spot where your lender is willing to be comfortable.
Hey, Jack, it seems yesterday maybe Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase put a little bit of a punctuation mark on perhaps the end of some of this bank uncertainty here. But given a little bit of hindsight here, how did you process these last 4 to 5 weeks with some of these regional banks and some of the stress they were dealing with?
Sure. So certainly when the news first came out and we started dealing with a lot of headlines, I did lose a lot of sleep over it. But then really started to do the research and try to figure out, okay, this is a deposit outflow in response to the fact that deposit rates can't keep pace with market rates. And it wasn't as much and I don't believe it's as much as a credit quality issue. I think that most
See if we can hold this level.
SVB and Signature and First Republic depositors, didn't lose a penny. So it's not a quality issue, it's really a rate issue. And I think if the Fed does go to neutral at some point, I'm hopeful after tomorrow they move to neutral, that does give the banks time to catch up to market rates. So I kind of concluded that this banking situation, I'm calling it turmoil and not a crisis.
All right, here we go.
It's an 18-month phenomenon. I think it is mostly contained. And, from the context of commercial real estate, we have to keep in mind that of all commercial real estate debt out there of $2 million or greater, banks collectively account for a little less than half. If you consider insurance companies, private lenders, and of course, commercial mortgage-backed securities. So there are going to be lenders out there, even if the banks aren't willing to lend.
Here we go.
Jack, we're about, 60% away through
So we got that break of that trend line currently. We need to come down towards this next area of support, so 27,900. Roughly managed to break through that, then got a nice move towards this bottom structure down here. Okay, so we'll see how things kind of react as price kind of develops through. Right, Jolt's Day out in 23 minutes too. Okay, so let's see if we can get that nice push on that release. Have a little look at the dollar index, pushing up higher, holding on to that nice positive structure, right? So we could actually even get rid of some of this price action, so I can make it a little bit clearer for you. Yeah, so we got a nice two zones. First one straight at that 50 moving average. See how things kind of react here. If we manage to breach, then we'll look at coming up all the way to that 100. Got some nice structure here as well. Previous support, new resistance. That'll be a nice level to tap and push up higher. So we'll see how things kind of develop. We could actually get somewhat of this move playing out today, and really does depend on that Jolts data. Okay, so let's see, things are looking good so far. We got Bitcoin coming down nicely, breaking through that trend line. Alright, we're in that next zone. Okay, we're tapping for support, yeah.
With our news, GPT in New York City, here's John Tucker.
Yes, TV and movie writers on strike for the first time in 15 years. That's actually one of the issues. Negotiations between studios and the Writers Guild of America, which began in March, failed to reach a new contract before the writers' current deal expired overnight. In Georgia, thousands of film industry workers could be impacted there. Chris Escobar is executive director of the Atlanta Film Festival.
Anything that could put a halt into people being able to work and to be able to get to work and for businesses to be able to supply, I mean, that's obviously a huge concern.
One issue for the union involves fair pay in the streaming area. Authorities in Oklahoma say the search for two missing teens resulted in the discovery of 7 bodies on a rural property south of Tulsa. Law enforcement say it's believed the bodies of a 14-year-old, Ivy Webster, and a 16-year-old, Brittany Brewer, were found with the body of 39-year-old Jesse McFadden, a convicted sex offender, and 4 other bodies.
Look at CCC. I'll take a look in a second. I'm just got to keep an eye on what's happening here, and then I'll dive into it for you. Yeah, I need this this area to breach. Once we come down here, then we can go risk free. Move that stop loss to break even, and then happy days. A nice amount of sell side starting to come in. Let's have a little look at that lower time frame. What's happening? Yeah, you got a nice sell side coming in. It's looking good for that break. Push past that area. Start making our way towards that 27k stronghold support. Hopefully, Jolt's data can go in our side and give it that extra push, pick up in that momentum, making that move down.
All these technology innovation,
Very, very nice.
or in this case streaming, whatever, and there just has to be like an attitude adjustment in LA. Is that all you see here? Is now they're finally on strike, and so they'll go, oh, we can't get Succession out because they're on strike, so it gets fixed.
Yeah,
So we'll look at
structure
Matic.
of a television show
Even
is
Matic's looking good as well, guys. Very, very nice. See if we can breach through here. I'll be coming all the way down.
22 episodes. Those days are
Yeah, Matic's structure looks beautiful. Very, very nice structure.
popular show. What's Yellowstone? Yellowstone. 10 episodes. That's it. That's a season. And it's streamed. And how do you get paid for it? And so the entire way the TV business, the television business has been has evolved, has changed dramatically. And I think the methods of payment across the entire ecosystem have to be adjusted. And the writers are just the ones with the most leverage. Therefore, they're the ones that
So,
usually
so
push
what do
change.
they do if they can't make the shows? Do we get a lot of rewinds? You know, like repeats?
Yeah, I mean, what you're going to see is in the late night shows because they're written day to day to day to day. They're not put in the can and
They're part of this.
yeah, so they're the ones you're going to see it immediately. So the writers for the late night shows, there's no new content tonight. So we'll start
They
seeing.
just made it up. They're
Yeah,
like writers.
no, they
Like Saturday Night. Seriously, Saturday Night
they
Live.
sit in a room. They sit in a room and they crank it out. And
But
the
the-
Jimmy Kimmels and the Jimmy Fallons, they write all day, and that's what you see on the air that night. And,
But like Saturday Night Live will not be on this Saturday
I don't
or
know.
next
I
Saturday.
don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Rerun.
Yeah, so reruns, and we
Yeah.
saw that before in the last strike, and so you see it in the late night shows, which go day to day, and then if it lasts a long time, that's when you start to see it in episodic.
Like we do with this show, and Tom doesn't show up.
Right.
He's sick.
Yeah.
Or the reruns.
Best of.
Yeah, I find the whole thing, it's bizarre in what we all link it into what we see at home,
Right.
which is, in the old days it was like you watch Gunsmoke, it's
Right.
Thursday night, you
Yeah,
watch Gunsmoke.
Thursday night, exactly.
90 years ago.
Now you stream it, you watch it when you want it, where you want it,
I
on
said
whatever
to-
device you
I
want.
said to John Farrell the other day, I said, you don't know who Arthur Godfrey is. Then I realized 90% of America doesn't know who Arthur Godfrey is. That was a few years ago, folks. Down -140. You're the VIX 16.90. This is Bloomberg Surveillance.
It's hard to keep up with breaking global business news. It was a mixed day here in the States.
Volatility is sky high.
But at Bloomberg, our seasoned reporters and anchors make it look easy.
Europeans still take a fresh grip.
Yeah, this is looking strong.
Obsolete.
The rate hike dance is playing down at belly of the curve.
Are you worried about a wage price spiral?
All right, next candle.
Strategists getting more and more cautious here.
Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com. Bloomberg, the world is listening.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
Hey, you got this. Just breathe. Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Even at a time when almost nothing is easy, one thing has been effortless.
Now, our most important stories of the morning.
Accessing the world's latest financial and political news.
Fears of a global recession grow.
Wake up with Bloomberg Daybreak Europe Edition. Available now on your podcast feed. Each weekday morning by 7 a.m. in London. Get the news you need to start your day in just 15 minutes. Subscribe to Bloomberg Daybreak Europe Edition today on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
It's looking pretty good.
Today, nearly all business
See if we can hold this area of resistance just here.
for business disputes. That's
Bam.
why the International Center for Dispute Resolution provides a faster, more efficient approach to dispute resolution across borders. Backed by the American Arbitration Association, the ICDR is the world's leading provider of dispute resolution services. Find out why global expertise matters. Visit ICDR.org.
Markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day at Bloomberg.com. On
looking good. Lots and lots and lots of positions. This is just looking very, very nice. See whether we can break this low here. Got a big trade on the cards here. Right, jobs later in 12 minutes. Okay, markets have had time to warm up.
Paul, it took me a million hours to get back from Washington, Elisa and the Gulfstream.
Yep.
And I was watching the airline business for far too long because of rain and
Yep.
the delays and all that. And I'm looking at the financial statement of one of the big airlines. Doesn't matter which one it is. What a tough business. I mean, even in recovery,
Yeah.
when you say profit,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean,
You got labor, you got fuel, you got this capital intensity to buy these. It's just, I don't know why anybody would want to start an airline.
yeah, and there's been a lot on it. But on a free cash flow basis, they're miles
Yeah.
from, no pun intended, miles back then. I was talking, my day off yesterday. I was going to come
Yes,
in
I know.
because I
We noticed that. Yeah.
I didn't, and I was talking to Mrs. Keene, and she's like asking these questions, and I'm asking her questions. I said, the only one with any expertise on this is Greg Giroux,
Yep.
who owns the nation's high ground
That's
on where we head for the first Tuesday of November. Greg Giroux joins us now with Bloomberg Government. Greg, I'm absolutely fascinated by the makeup of President Biden's support. There he was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner running for re-election.
Here we go.
Making the jokes, and the audience is hugely like and supportive of the president. We all
A
know
bit of a turnaround here on that 1 minute.
Is he supported?
See if we can breach.
By liberals?
Looking
Is it
good.
disaffected
Nice
civilians?
weak
Who supports
bull candle right there.
Well, I think maybe the coalition will have to stitch together again in 2024 will look a lot like what he won in 2020, particularly if Donald Trump is his opponent. I think how much support he gets from certain groups may depend on who his Republican opponent is. If it is Donald Trump again, I think we'll see Trump do well in rural areas, but Biden continuing to build on Republican weaknesses in kind of well-educated suburbs. I think those will be some key areas. I think many of the same states that were decided the 2020 election will again decide the 2024.
What we'll do if we break down through here, we'll trim some profits just at this level. Okay, because there's a good chance that we could get a little bit of a rebound back up. So we'll take some profits here. Okay, keep an eye on things, see if we continue looking bearish. If so, and we take our final profit at the bottom where our final TP is set. But yeah, it's a nice area to take to trim some risk off, trim some profits off the trade. So.
In general, you mentioned a razor thin margin in the Senate. They're the minority in the House. You had the midterm elections kind of broke the Democrats' way a little bit here. What's the expectations for 24?
Yeah, it's going to be a much different year because of the presidential election year that's going to drive turnout. There'll be a lot more people voting in the Senate elections in 2024 than in 2022 because of that presidential election. I think what's very interesting about the map is that I think the top focus will be on the three states that Donald Trump won easily in 2020, where Democrats are defending Senate seats: West Virginia with Joe Manchin, Montana with John Tester.
All right, 9 minutes. Very, very close.
Republicans are going to nationalize that election around opposition to Joe Biden, make it a referendum on him. Democrats are going to try and localize it. One thing Gary Peters told my colleague Zach Cohen is that even if you're running for federal office, always think that you're running for mayor.
Right. So how
I mean, look at that. Nice S&P move.
incorporate, former President Trump and his constituents
Yeah.
24 and some of those.
Look at this top forming here, right? 1, 2, 3. It's looking weak.
The Trump effect, and he said Trump will be a very good candidate for us in those three states I just mentioned, West Virginia, Montana, and Ohio. I think
Do do.
narrowly Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Pennsylvania. But there's no doubt that Trump is a great turnout.
Just bear in mind, so after this move is done today, okay, so whichever way it goes, okay, it does look likely to come down to that stronger area of support on that higher time frame around that 27k mark. Just as you can see through here, right? Could get that rebound, and then prices are just going to be a little bit volatile ahead of that interest rate tomorrow. So if you're getting in on here, get in. If you're looking to play it out for tomorrow, you can hold it and then see how things going to play out tomorrow. But I wouldn't be looking to enter after you get out of this trade, right? It comes down, you take your profits, and then just stay out. Don't be looking for that rebound because things are going to be volatile. They're going to set up for tomorrow's interest rate decision. No one knows what it's going to be, right? So there's going to be upward and downward movement once we kind of finish the move for today. So yeah, just stay out. Wait for that interest rate decision. Again, it's likely to come in at 0.25%. So when we get closer to it, then we can start looking at potentially kind of getting back in on the market. But yeah, once today's move is done, it's going to set up. So it's going to be volatile. So bear that in mind. If you're a very short-term trader, you might be okay. Okay, you just catch the rebound on a short time frame, take your profit. And that can be it for today. I'm just looking at just this move played out, coming down, take my profit, and then I'll sit on the sideline ahead of tomorrow's decision.
Yes, you will be. If he somehow dropped as vice presidential nominee, which hasn't happened in decades and decades, that would send that would not send any message of confidence to, I think, the Democratic.
All right, 6 minutes until jolts. We've got our TP at 28.3, just above this structure. So we'll see how things kind of play out here. It's a very nice trade. We got that initial breach of that trend line, kind of tap this area of support. See how we can kind of trace it all the way back. So we got resistance here. We broke out, we retested. So this is a nice area, right? And we came and tested here. So now we're just testing for resistance. Hopefully we can hold this area, literally right where we kind of entered. Really hold this area for resistance, and we start to really break down. Okay. I mean, yeah, things are looking pretty weak today. All right, 4 minutes. Alright, can we hold? Eyes on me. Alright, we're holding on to our resistance. Ever so slightly, but we are holding. It's looking good. It's looking really good. We may have taken that move all the way down. 27.2 is a very nice level. Okay. Right, here we go. 2 minutes, 1 minute out. Jolts data, 56 seconds. Let's get it. Which way can we go?
Bloomberg dedicates almost all of its profits to transforming lives around the world. See how at bloomberg.com/face the data.
The lifeblood of tech startups isn't just money. It's executive and technical skills. The kind of skills that companies need to build real products. And the skills that venture capitalist Chris Sugden of Edison Partners sees in the graduates that are coming out of New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Alright, here we go then.
The thing about NJIT is their graduates
Which way are we gonna go?
they're coming out with real skill sets that are immediately hireable and available to them. I think the understanding by the faculty and administration at NJIT that we gotta train and educate the whole student, not just their, one side of their brain. And I do think that's sort of part of the DNA today. There's practical and there's sort of academia, and merging those two together and understanding that if we're gonna have our young people go get great jobs and have very successful careers, they've gotta have both sides of their brain activated.
Jolts data did come down. See whether markets are going to take to that well. So Jolts data 9.9590, previous 9.974. Okay, forecast 9.775. So it did come down. Now, obviously, we have been seeing markets react negatively to positive labor market data or bad labor market data, right? So let's see. Those recessionary talks are definitely starting to come forth a little bit more. Labor market's starting to take that impact. So before things get better, they've got to come down. Wow. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And go, labor market showing some cracks. It's definitely doing that. S&P continues. But yeah, that's the data for today. We don't get anything else really. We get some Australian NZD data later on, but nothing too major. Tomorrow is your big day. That is the day to keep an eye on things for sure. Alright, let's see. Dollar index is coming down a little bit. Thing with the dollar index, it has set very nice structure here. See how we kind of held this area of resistance and we came down, retested, pushed back up. So it's looking pretty sweet. It's looking pretty sweet. So let's give it a little bit of time to warm up and make a decision in terms of which direction it wants to take it in. I mean, even look at where the buyers aren't even showing too much signs of strength here.
And Wells Fargo Security
Still weak.
she's there. She sees a correction ahead for the S&P 500.
We're seeing really margin compression. We think that earnings are slowing. And right now, where earnings projections are as we go through Q1 reporting, they continue to believe pretty much a flat growth year over year for the S&P 500. We think that's too optimistic. So we're bringing our EPS number down about 10% contraction EPS growth.
And of course, the Federal Reserve beginning a two-day meeting. Widely expected another quarter 25 basis point rate hike for the Federal Reserve. S&P 500
Very, very, very slow today.
4,147 on the index. The Dow Jones Industrial Average 186 points lower. That's down 0.5%. The Nasdaq 100.
Thank you for the likes on the stream. Very much appreciate it.
We check the markets for you all day long right here on Bloomberg.
Thank you for the follows too.
Bloomberg Business Flash. Matt Paul.
All right, John Tucker, appreciate that. Look at, I tell you not, John and Matt, the numbers you just reported, John, the JOLTS, the factory orders.
Come on then, let's have it.
Staring out of me.
It's exactly
Just
what the
weakening.
Federal Reserve policymakers want to see.
Right. But still, 9.5 million job openings. I mean, what are people doing? Are they just sitting in Starbucks all day?
Exactly. It's weakening, but it's not very weak.
Yes, that's
Right? At
exactly.
least from an employment, a labor point of view.
I will argue it's all about the trajectory at this point.
Yes.
Good word.
Yes.
Good
It's going to
SAT
be a
word.
jobful
Recession.
recession,
Okay.
hopefully.
All right. We'll go with that for the moment. All right, so we got a little bit of a weight to the tape. The Dow off about 0.5%. Same for the S&P 500. Vritika Gupta, Bloomberg's markets reporter, joins us here on our Bloomberg.
Alright, here we go. Got some movement now, guys.
Well, I want to start off with some stocks. I mean, you touched on the macro, but let's get on to Chegg. Because we all want to talk about
I didn't
AI.
know what this company was until today. Now I get it.
Yes, it's driving a lot of the headlines as everything with AI does right now. This is an education technology company, and it plunged. It says that it's now competing with OpenAI's ChatGPT. It's threatening the growth of its, homework help services. It does a lot of essay writing, guidance on tests, and now students are getting this free on ChatGPT.
Why would you need a tutor when you can get artificial intelligence to do your homework for you?
And that's exactly the point. So that AI is actually now starting to impact these firms negatively and impact their
Stocks
fundamentals.
down 46%. Unbelievable. I still pay for a tutor for my youngest. He's a senior in high school for calculus, I think.
Yeah, but so I mean,
It's calculus.
you wouldn't have to if he were allowed to use ChatGPT on his test, right?
I guess.
And the problem, they're saying people are using ChatGPT to do their homework. So he could,
Like Cliff Notes.
still hang out with the
And I
tutor that you hire for him. Hopefully she's good, and then just have somebody artificial do his homework.
And I
See, the
think
point
big
of education is to learn something. I think you're missing that.
I understand that now. I just didn't know then.
You didn't know that. All right.
And I think the big question is how much these companies should be investing in this. I mean, you see when these big tech companies, whenever they mention AI, their stock pops right up. But companies, you don't want to get left behind and not invest it. But it really is going to impact your bottom line. You kind of saw that with Meta and it was doing with the metaverse. That really impacted their results in a big way.
Well, this company, what's it called again? Chegg.
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 C-H-E.
CHEGG.
Based in Santa Clara, California.
They should just, offer their own AI homework doing app as part of the service.
Yeah, so do they jump on the bandwagon here? But then which stocks are also going to be the leaders in this race? Is it going to be, I guess, your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Alphabets? This is AI maybe what drives a lot of the disparity for investors about which...
Very slow price action today. Very, very slow.
Are people going to hotels?
Well, according to Marriott, they are. Demand for leisure...
Currently up 70% on that Bitcoin trade, so it's not too bad. Be very nice if we can make that way. Move all the way down here.
We know business travel is more lucrative. They are paying premiums to stay in their hotel rooms. And the US market is doing really well. It is leading the other lodging
And here's
markets.
the thing about hotels. They're not cleaning the rooms anymore. That's got to be really positive to their margins. I mean, you can go...
Which hotels are you staying in where they're not cleaning the
Yeah, I was
rooms?
going to say.
No.
Everyone I stay in, the rooms get cleaned on a daily basis.
Really?
Do you have that sign over your room
Yeah, but I mean,
telling them not to
you have to
disturb?
opt
Because then they
in a
won't
lot of
clean.
times. I'm talking
Okay, we're making some moves.
Semiconductors,
It's
look
not
at the Chinese
anything
report.
too
This
hectic,
month
but
already, report already a leading
slowly.
indicator for where stocks are going, especially tech. And they've beat expectations in revenue, operating income, also put up a good guidance for the next quarter. So they also said that their company's auto business is looking strong. So as it can often be a leading indicator, maybe there's a hope that there's a bottoming for this industry. If you remember back to October, that was kind of the worst of the downturn. Now we are seeing, there is a lot of supply in the market, though. I think the worry from here is whether we have oversupply. Demand is coming back, but I think that could be the next issue for the semis. Are we actually oversupplied now in this market, especially when the P multiples, so the price to earnings ratio, that's come down a lot. They are looking reasonably priced if you look at that measure.
We have gains, slight gains in Bitcoin today.
Yes, yesterday was an awful day.
I saw your piece yesterday.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yes. So you say with the overarching sentiment that the banking crisis has been contained with JP Morgan's purchase of First Republic, Bitcoin will struggle to break past the $30,000 level.
And that's the level that people are watching right now. And yeah, as maybe, it will face more pressure now as the bank crisis fades. That's something that last month had been giving it a boost. And you've also seen, it had a good month, but traders are now waiting for the next fresh catalyst.
Well,
And we know that the Fed is going to be hiking tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's already priced in. And actually, I think those who are expecting the Fed to start cutting, if you talk to a lot of strategists, they think the market's getting ahead of itself. Inflation's still sticky. Now we're actually seeing in June that they're pricing in more tightening as well.
But if you did see the Fed starting to cut, then you like Bitcoin, as rates come down.
Exactly.
The
So
problem is
if it doesn't,
if
which
they
is
don't-
what now the market is now starting to think
Yeah.
that maybe it was getting ahead of itself before, and inflation is proving sticky, then that's not going to prove well for Bitcoin.
No.
So there aren't many positive catalysts, shall we say,
Right,
out
so if
there.
rates keep
Yep.
rising, Bitcoin is an asset.
Give me
that has
blood.
yield. So, Bitcoin and gold are less attractive.
And there's all the rest of it, as you know, covering your show, Matt, regulation uncertainty. So I'm not really seeing where we're going to get much out of it.
I would say I don't think that's right. There is regulatory certainty.
Some buyers coming in. Yeah, no, a little bit, not too crazy. It's still weak. Still very weak price action. It's not exactly crazy buying. And plus it's on the 1 minute, so still looking very weak for now.
Still seeing the banks down, which is interesting.
27,960.
But we shall see. Seen a little bit. What we getting now?
Let's go to the rates here because we got a Fed meeting tomorrow. We're sending Michael McKee down.
As long as we continue to hold, we're good.
Taking the Acela train and not flying. It's a much better way to get down there. But he'll be down there, and he'll be grilling.
Do 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 do.
Preview of what we might see. We do that with Ira Jersey. He's the chief U.S. interest rate strategist for Bloomberg Intelligence. Ira,
Patience, patience, patience.
even I get that. What are the smart people going to be listening for tomorrow?
Do. What about Matic? Still looking fine. Until Bitcoin makes a turnaround, Matic's fine. Well, so yeah.
They're probably close to being done. Jay Powell's never going to say never, so he's not going to be so clear and say, let's
That 27k is where the support is at.
lay out a little bit that they're very good with the
So we'll see. At the moment it's just setting in, and we can start making a move again.
level. The question is, which data they
I'll give it a little bit of time.
particular, and I think that if he says something, continue to look out for, does he moderate at all what he's talking about in the labor market, and if he starts to say like the labor market seems to be weak, softening just a little bit, we're not sure of the pace of it, like that type of discussion would certainly be more dovish than what he has been in the past.
Is it, as Ritika was just telling us, sometimes, depending on where you look, the market seems to be pricing in policy tightening at this meeting and at the next meeting. You think that's a possibility that they keep going?
Yeah, well, the chance is non-zero. What the market's actually pricing is about a 20% chance of a June hike right now. So not zero, but more likely than not they'll be on hold is what the market's saying. But also there are some people who are buying put options.
Still looking pretty good.
That would price for we're saying like, look, let's just buy something like a 575, hike, because if we're wrong, we'll be really wrong, and the fact that we're long rates, let's hedge that by saying, hey, if the Fed goes 50 or 75 more basis points, then we'll have a decent hedge on for that eventuality, because right now that some of those options are reasonably cheap. Like if you go out and buy a SOFR option, like a 6% SOFR option, you're not paying a lot of money for that, and that's a potential hedge to any long positions that you might have.
Do we have any auctions that only geeks like you pay attention to, but guys like Matt and I, maybe we should? Is that
Every
coming
day
up?
we have an auction like Top
Tuesdays and Thursdays is T-bill auction. So we those are going to get pretty dicey now because Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary,
Let's see.
yesterday
Yeah.
mentioned that extraordinary measures are going to run out at the beginning of June. We concur with that. In fact, my model shows June 6th is when they run out of extraordinary measures, but they'll still have about $170 billion in cash on hand. So that should be able to get the government to kind of meander along without having to default until late July or early August, and that's still our call right now. But but there's going to be more and more angst over which T-bills may be at risk, and now that we're
See if you can hold, yeah.
where we're getting into June, I think there's just going to be more and more issues with some like 4-week auctions, for example, 2-month auctions and 3-month auctions. Yesterday had a really not a particularly good 3-month auction where you saw yields well above 5% on 3-month T-bills, and partially because the Fed's going to hike, but more importantly, it's even higher than it probably would be, primarily because it's right square in that late July, early August time period of when the government might actually default on its debt, and so we have to pay attention to these bill auctions. It's not something that we've had to do for.
Awesome live stream. Off to bed. Need some sleep. Yeah, mate. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, catch some Zeds. Big day ahead of us tomorrow. So yeah, well, let's see how things gonna play out. But yeah, good night. See you soon.
Fed's going to get to 5% ever. He said there's no way the Fed is going to 5%.
Okay, we're still looking good.
Tweet. And
Just have to let it do its thing.
you could argue the effective rate is only 483, but with another rate hike of 25 basis points, we're there, right, and beyond.
Thursday will be at 508. Yep.
All right. Hey, this soccer thing, Ira. There's club teams. There's countries playing each other. I can't keep
Ira,
track
you
of it.
should never have told Sweeney that you like soccer.
Yeah. So here's the thing I don't get. So when the U.S. plays like Mexico and Argentina, what is that? What's the name of that thing?
So if we play Mexico in the CONCACAF,
CONCACAF?
It's the Copacabana League.
Oh, okay.
it's the Confederation of North American, Central American, and Caribbean Soccer Federation.
Hike.
So yeah, so it's basically North American soccer. So that's where national teams play, and we actually have something called the Gold Cup coming up this year.
Okay,
where
we're breaching.
men's national teams will all play each other, and of course we have in Australia and New Zealand the Women's World Cup
Of
going
course
on.
we do.
So
Okay.
so the Women's World Cup should be really fun.
Oh, and we're good at that. America's
4 in
good
the
at
morning.
that. Okay.
Yeah, we're the odds-on favorites, but there are some other teams that are quite good as well. So we haven't won every one of them.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Ira Jersey, U.S. interest rate strategist for Bloomberg Intelligence and our resident soccer guru. Just a headline coming across the tape here. Western Alliance trading halted. Volatility
Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi to ask him more about Uber's staying power coming up in just a couple hours here on Bloomberg Radio. IBM halting some hiring, says it thinks it can replace 30% of back office jobs with AI instead. And education tech company Chegg shares plunging down 48%. The homework help service warning that AI chatbots could already be threatening its growth. And we'll be talking live with Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak all about AI coming up later today on Bloomberg Radio. More job cuts dumbing down on Wall Street. Sources telling us Morgan Stanley is hacking 3,000 more positions by the end of the quarter. And Tesla hiking prices up $250 on the Model 3 and the Model Y. Tesla shares up almost 1%. And those are some of the company stories we're following this hour. I'm Denise Pellegrini. This is Bloomberg.
Global market news changes in an instant, so don't miss a minute. Listen to Bloomberg Radio anytime, anywhere around the world on the iHeartRadio app. Tune in, the Bloomberg Business app, and Bloomberg.com. The market's in focus every business day. The tape.
Alright, back at resistance now.
Sectors that you want to have more or less exposure to. These equity indexes just keep going up.
Analysis of the day's Wall Street action.
What's the thought on Apple here?
From Bloomberg Intelligence, Bloomberg Opinion, and influential newsmakers.
The bond market was the boss.
The Tape with Paul Sweeney and Matt Miller. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Geopolitical risk, changing regulation, economic uncertainty. EY can help you identify the risks that matter. When it comes to the complexities you're facing, it isn't just about the numbers. To keep ahead of changing business needs and evolving regulations, CFOs, boards, and audit committees need critical insights to make better decisions. For more insights that matter, visit ey.com/beyond the numbers.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You start smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day at Bloomberg.com, on Bloomberg Television, and the Bloomberg Business app. This is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
It's gonna look to squeeze some more shorts out here. That's what it's looking like.
In the Bloomberg newsroom, this Bloomberg Business Flash, yields are lower and stocks extending earlier declines. This along with the latest data revealing evidence of a slowing economy. The job openings less than expected, factory orders below consensus estimates, durable goods orders less than expected when you strip out transportation, and the more policy reactive 2-year yield that is falling 9 basis points. Every one of the 11 major industry groups in the S&P 500 have turned lower. Biggest drag coming from energy is crude oil prices. They fall over 3.5%. Day one of the Federal Reserve's meeting on interest rates, and Bloomberg Economics does see a quarter-point rate hike Wednesday, pretty much penciled in, and then perhaps a pause. S&P 500, 46 points lower, that's down 1.1%. Dow Jones Industrial Average, 379 points lower, down 1.1%.
See how it reacts in here.
Nasdaq 100, 92 points lower, that is down 0.7%. We check the markets for you all day long, right here on Bloomberg Radio. I'm John Tucker. That is your Bloomberg Business Flash. Matt and Paul.
Hi, John Tucker. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're just crossing into tape here. We've got some more turmoil in the regional bank business. We thought it might have been, those issues may have been allayed yesterday with the acquisition of JP Morgan acquired, what's the bank they acquired?
Alright, we're out.
First Republic. Thank you very much, Herman. We kind of thought that might have been the end of it, but boy, PacWest, Western Alliance.
Alright, well, beautiful. Right, it didn't work out today. So let's leave it. We'll see how things kind of react back up here. Yeah, let's see if we can get something back up here. We'll update those that are with us. In terms of our other trades, I mean, we'll continue holding. We'll see how things kind of play out for now. And then we can go again. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next session. Remember, tomorrow is a big day, so we'll see how things kind of play out. But yeah, didn't play out today as planned. But yeah, cheers.